So welcome to Label Expo. It's your first day or your second day. Welcome to the Fujifilm stand. We've got about 15 or 20 minutes, as I said. I've got a special guest. It's Matt Franklow from Creation Repro. So give him a hand while I invite him onto the stage. And I'll shake your hand as well. Thank you. Come and have a seat. I think this is the biggest audience we've had so far. So
good.
People knew you were coming.
Hope it's interesting.
Yeah. So let's start off. We have to start off with you introducing yourself and Creation Repro and your discipline, what you do.
So my name is Matt Franklow. I'm the MD of Creation Repro. We've been going for about 20 years, and we've made plates for 17 of those. We typically service the food and beverage market in the UK, both wide web flexible packaging and also labels and carton board. And we've been probably one of the biggest advocates in the UK of supporting water wash plate technology. We've been making water wash plates now for, I think it's 9 years in total, and we got rid of all our solvent processing altogether at that point. So before then we used a rival manufacturer to Fujifilm, but since 3 years ago we first started using the Flenex plate, and since then it's grown from there, and now we are probably 90% of the plates that we make are on Fujifilm FP material. Right,
okay, so you've got Creation Repro and we've got Eco Flexibles running alongside each other.
Yes, so as I mentioned, Creation Repro has been in existence for 22 years, and then in 2019 we wanted to diversify a little bit, so we set up a sister company called Eco Flexibles, and that was born on the basis of having a digital press to support, again, the flexible packaging market, which we've had in now for 2 years.
Right, and that's taken an awful lot of focus, hasn't it? Certainly with the promotional work that we've done and you've done as well, people are very excited about the idea of a digital flexible packaging press that's water-based. Do you think perhaps the focus has swung too much away from Flexo? But Flexo's still a vibrant, living thing, isn't it? It's still developing.
Absolutely, yes. Flexo's key to our business because we've got the new FP790, which is great for our small, short run work, but the Flexo part of the business has to support that and run alongside with it. The brand owners that we support and supply, they want their products when they bring them out for success and for longer print runs as they become more successful. So it's absolutely imperative that the Flexo supports that as the run lengths got longer. At present, what we've found traditionally is that when someone prints digitally with a real perfect, absolutely perfect looking imagery, when they change and make the transformation to Flexo, there's a big drop off in quality. So all our efforts that we've made in the last couple of years are trying to improve that quality to bridge that gap so that Flexo is at the same level as digital, and that's a lot of the projects that we're working on in conjunction with Fujifilm to try and get that quality up.
Right, so when you switch from solvent to water wash, I guess it was, you didn't just flick a switch and it automatically worked. I guess you had to do a lot of work in that area. Yes,
at that point, obviously, the traditional market, of course, is solvent. We wanted to make sure that we were a sustainable business. To be honest, I think probably 95% of all our customers moved instantly. They trusted us, they knew us as a company, they wanted to go on that journey with us. Most brand owners now, and certainly in the UK where we're based, either on the first page or second page of their websites is about sustainability. So we knew that we wanted to follow that suit, so our customers wanted to go on that journey with us. So it was a natural progression for us to stay with us.
Right, okay. And talking about sustainability, it's a balance, isn't it, between convenience and what you can actually do that will work for your company to meet those sustainability goals. So do your customers say to you, are there any new ways we can be more sustainable, or do you go to them with ideas?
Most of the time, I must admit, we have to go to them with ideas, and we're their main partner, so it's up to us to supply them ideas to do that. So some of the things that are not new technologies, but we're massive advocates of is things like extended gamut printing and fixed pallet printing to obviously reduce the amount of waste for them on press. So not only are we doing that to increase their efficiencies and to save waste, we're doing that in a sustainable way with the plates that we're using. But it's no good if the quality's not there. So you have to make sure that trade-off is there and the balance is correct, as you said, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah. So brand owners, we go all the way down the chain to the brand owners. Are they prepared to make changes to, say they want to, or you think it makes sense to remove a spot color and separate out of CMYK? Are they prepared to make that change in their brand? Is there any incentive from there and any desire to do that?
Well, usually there's an incentive in terms of price because there's less plates to make. But no, I mean, there'll obviously be a benefit for them in terms of the cost of their print runs usually because there's less wash-ups on press and stuff like that. So they would naturally get the benefit from that for a cheaper end product price. Yeah. But ultimately from the plate side, yes, they've reduced use plates, means less plates to buy, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was at a conference with somebody from one of the brand owners who owns several brands, and his task was to get all of his individual brands to just tweak things slightly and move it. Obviously, it's a difficult thing if you've got stock on the shelf and new stock coming in. Yeah. But I think, from a sustainability point of view, that's hopefully starting to happen. But it's not easy.
No, but I mean, we're getting a lot more engagement now with some of our brand customers where they've got, big corporate design agencies that are working on behalf of them to support their brands with new ideas to make their products sing. And we're actually getting engaged right at the very start of that process now, whereas previously we were actually at the end of the process and we'd get a design file and it's like, crikey, there's lots of limitations with Flexo and we're having to make compromise on the design. We're now actually a real big partnership with them and we get involved right at the very start and we're educating them at the start of that process. So knowing that they may well go digital at the start, but their end goal might be a successful product which will then lead them into Flexo marketplace. So we're helping them right from the outset, design things right from the outset with Flexo in mind in the process that we want to do in the most sustainable way. Mm-hmm. So they're not getting that drop off in quality which I mentioned earlier, which is absolutely paramount for brand owners currently.
Right. Now, when I'm presenting on stage here, I get quite hungry sometimes and I need a snack. Yeah? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? And so, unfortunately, we've got a rule, no eating on the stand, because it's not very professional, so I can't actually eat any of these. But Matt, you know this brand.
Yes.
I don't know if we have that in Europe as well. Are they in Europe too? Is it just UK?
Possibly, yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
So this is Whitworth's, and they produce dried fruit, nuts, and seeds. And this is the new kind of healthy snack. So there's a few chocolate bits in here, but there's berries, there's nuts in here as well. You've been meeting the needs of Whitworth's for quite a few years now. Yes. With both Flexo and digital. Can you tell us the story of how that developed and what you do?
Yeah, so Whitworth's, I've actually, the very first design I ever did 30 years ago was actually a Whitworth's design that I actually did in Flexo. So a long time ago, so the relationship goes back a long way. And when we started our journey supporting them with digital print, the fact that we then wanted to migrate to Flexo in a sustainable way perfectly fitted the branding of all their products. It was all about health, nutrition, sustainability, the environment. They wanted everything in that way. That was their brand message and what they're pushing out to the retailers. So yeah, it's been very successful with them, yeah. And like I said earlier, we're really a partner with these type of brands now because the digital part is great, but it's only good if you've got something to support it. Yeah. And the Flexo is the way to go with that.
Right. So how do you make the decision in-house about what production method to use depending on the order?
Yeah. Typically, it's usually down to the actual run length of the jobs, and typically because they're a very innovative brand, so they have lots of different ideas and concepts. Yeah. So they want us to be able to try those out first, see how it goes in the retail environment, and how many designs they sell. So they're constantly updated. I've had a load more this morning come through. My phone, can you look at this? Can you, for advice and stuff like that. So it's typically how it works. We're a very innovative brand. So yeah, that relationship's great on that. Yeah.
So you having the flexibility to respond to all of that and keep on top of it all by whatever method means that relationship just keeps getting stronger, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. And the way that we work, we're a very digital business. So not only have we got digital press, but everything we do is about digital transformation, workflows, automation, and they love that because they're a part of that as well. So we set their own dashboards up on their own customers, so any member of staff can log in, approve all the files as well. They can see it in the colours as close as possible. That's going to be reflected on the final packaging.
Yeah.
So it's a seamless workflow that works really well.
I believe you, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you've been doing some work on ink saving and screening.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so as I mentioned earlier, the goal is to get the Flexo quality as high as digital. And with a traditional way, that's very difficult. So we've been looking into different screening techniques. So we've been looking at things like fixed palette printing, extended colours, and also increasing the screen resolution as well. So we've been doing a lot of work on the new material from Fujifilm, the Midori plate, and trying to get the dot quality and clarity as good as possible. So because we've obviously got a digital press on packaging, it's got to work on labels as well. So we've been doing an awful lot of work on that. So, but it's really exciting to see the new technology at the back there as well, which will help us do that.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on the new processor?
Well, it's great because obviously, we're a growing business and we want to grow further. So what we need to support our growth is the machinery that can cope with the work and the demand that we've got. So the new machine at the back there does, I've been told, 5 plates an hour, which is currently faster than our existing equipment that we've got. So that obviously means that we can increase our growth, massively. And the Flenex Pure we already have in situ on site at the moment, which is another revelation really in terms of how we wash out the plates. So again, with the environment in mind. Other technologies use various different chemicals to wash out the plates. That's just water and finished dishwasher powder. So very environmentally friendly. We've just had approval as well from our local water authority that all the filtered waste can go down the drain, which is a massive difference from where we were before. Previously we had to pay someone to come and pick up the waste as well. So that's sorted that problem out as well. So we've had to sign off on that. So it really, really is a sustainable plate making solution.
So final question, you help us an awful lot with talking to new potential customers. If someone came up to you, or we introduced you to someone who said, I want to move away from solvent, I want to move to water wash, what would your key piece of advice be?
Oh, wow.
I didn't prepare you for that, I know.
No, you didn't. It's really customer engagement, I think. I think Fujifilm have always worked with us hand in hand, and in terms of bringing new products to market, and they've been very innovative. They're always on the move, trying to develop new technologies to improve things. But they've also been very, very helpful in terms of getting the customers involved as well. So customer sites, trials and stuff like that, they will hold your hand every step of the way, which is imperative when we want to increase the productivity and the quality of what we're trying to do. Right. But the staff that Fujifilm have, both on plate side, on technical side, the major thing as well, particularly in the label industry, is because they supply inks, LED print bars, the plate making systems, they know everything. They've got someone within their business that knows everything about the process. So when you go and run a trial, you may find, there's something wrong with inks, whatever. They've got someone there who can support with that. So it really is a real one-stop shop for that sort of help.
We had a discussion yesterday on one of the presentations. Could AI look at a print and go, the problem is this process or that process or the other? Think we'll ever get there?
Absolutely it will.
Yeah.
It will get there eventually, no doubt about it. It's not there yet. No. We're dabbling with AI at the moment within our pre-press workflows at the moment.
Right.
It will definitely get there, yeah, but it's something to be embraced in my opinion.
Scary, isn't it?
Scary, but exciting at the same time.
Same time.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions from our audience? We're all happy. Okay.
All good?
Thank you, Matt.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Matt.
Thank you
very
all
much
for attending.